It's July 2016, hopefully, and today I'm making a Rogue One tank trooper helmet. Alright, let's Star Wars it up. For this build, you'll need thin EVA foam, thin craft foam core, green putty, a heat gun, 2-liter soda bottle, sandpaper, white glue, hot glue, paint, nightshade spray paint, a sharpening stone, a respirator mask, goggles, sponge brushes, a rotary tool, scissors, razor pens, or a box cutter. Make a dome! First cut out the pieces, then shape them with a heat gun, put them in some kind of bracing while they cool off, and then glue the parts together. This dome is based off a World War II helmet. The templates are on my Facebook fan page, link in the description. They're in the photo album marked helmet templates. Whether you're using barge cement or hot glue, the process of attaching all the shapes together will take a crazy long time. You're gonna be sitting there holding these pieces together for a while, so I don't know, Netflix some 90s television while you're doing this. No, Buffy! Don't be fooled by David Boreanaz's good looks. Eventually, he'll just leave you for Emily Deschanel. By the way, if any of this is confusing to you, I've built at least half a dozen other Star Wars helmets using this same template, so just check out the older builds. I'm reinforcing the interior with scrap foam core so that this helmet doesn't deform in a high heat environment like a movie studio or outside on a crazy hot summer day like today. Make a foam monobrow? Yeah, sure, let's go with that. Make a foam monobrow and attach that to the front of the helmet. Then make a 5-inch wall to go around the back of the helmet, reinforce the bottom, and attach the faceplate with more scrap foam core. Make those defining flat vents and attach them to either side of the faceplate. You're gonna have to reinforce the hell out of the interior of the brim in order to get it to retain its shape. So do that with scrap foam or something sturdier. Also be sure to heat form the brim before it's attached. Hey, look, an unpainted X-Wing helmet. How about that? I wonder where we can see the finished version of that. This is about what the interior looks like around the whole thing. Oh, hey, side note, I took some of the padding out of the last helmet that I built and put it in this one so that it would sit right on my head. I patched those last sections of exposed ribbing and hid the seam with some craft foam. There's a band that goes around the middle of the helmet and becomes pointed and terminates in the chin of the faceplate, so I made that out of craft foam. I also reinforced the inside and finally attached a blast shield to the top. Then I sealed the whole thing in 5 layers of a mixture of half water and half white glue. Once that dried, I filled all the seams with green putty. Once that had set up, I sanded all those areas until they were flush. Then I gave it a few more coats of white glue to reseal the areas where I sanded right down to the foam. When all that was done, I gave it a base coat of white. This will work much better if you're using white spray paint rather than acrylic, but I use what I have. For the visor, I cut a strip of plastic from a soda bottle and painted it with nightshade spray paint. Deadly nightshade spray paint. Then I attached it to the inside of the helmet with thin strips of foam. You can't actually put hot glue directly onto this type of plastic because it will instantly warp and then solidify, hardening into a useless shape. Paint on the details using black acrylic paint and painter's tape. So I wanted the white base coat to be spray painted on so that I wouldn't have to deal with this acrylic paint sneaking underneath the painter's tape. If you're in the same boat, then just wait for it to dry and clean it up with white acrylic. Make this foam detail, smooth it out with the rotary tool, attach it to the front and paint it black. From what I can tell, it looks like it's supposed to be the same as the detail in the front of the original Stormtrooper helmet, but just turned sideways. I don't know if that's the case, but it'd be really cool if it was. Use a Sharpie for that final detail, and there you go, a Rogue One tank trooper helmet. So when I decided I wanted to make this, the best available reference photo was this. Not much to work off of there, so I waited until this came out before I started building it. And I thought that was enough, but just as I finished up the base coat, this came out. Fantastic. So I just want to point out a few things just so that the rest of you don't make this same mistake. Basically, instead of making this sort of rectangular vent right here, you would just make a triangle instead. Cut it like that, and then it would line up. And for this rim, it looks like it's just folded flat. Basically this, like all the way around. Just this all the way around. All right. Later. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more prop and costume tutorials, then you can check out these links in annotations or cards if you're on a mobile device. And you can subscribe for future builds. If you want to support the channel so that I can make more prop tutorials more often, then you can head on over to the Patreon page where patrons enjoy early uploads. By the way, what's your favorite Star Wars helmet? Let me know in comments below. Jake out!